Hey guys, so this is video 1 of about 3 to 4 videos in a small series that I'm going to do and should get uploaded tonight. So what it is I'm going to show you and explain everything you need to know about Disney Infinity. I'm going to use my collection as a guide to hopefully help people that are trying to complete a collection. I'll also just have a few questions on what series go with what. So this first video I'm going to do is going to be Disney Infinity characters wave 1, 2 and 3 and their power discs. I will show you all the bits that I've got. I've got a complete Disney Infinity collection. When it comes to characters, I am missing, I'm going to sneeze. No, I'm not. There you go. I have got every single power disc bar 3 and I can explain pretty much most things with it as well, so the actual books that the power discs can go in, what power discs go in what, etc. So hopefully this will help quite a bit. So I know a lot of people are still trying to collect for Disney Infinity and there are so many questions around so many different aspects of it. It's not easy to kind of get a grasp on if you don't know it all. So hopefully this will help you. So first of all we will start off with the characters. So you have, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you every character you can get in, for instance, that movie franchise, etc. Because obviously they did movie franchise ones based on Disney. So the first ones you actually have are, you have these. So these are Lone Ranger ones. So these come together like this. You have obviously the Lone Ranger and is it Toto, I believe his name is, and you have the Lone Ranger world. So these worlds itself are as simple as it sounds. They are worlds that hold their world. So you can play with these characters in this world and other characters in this world. Sometimes you have to unlock the characters to actually be able to play in this world, so sometimes it's collecting little discs with like 10 discs with say Iron Man's face on it, means you can then unlock Iron Man and play Iron Man in this world, etc. So but this is their world and what they come as a pack. So if I put them ones down, the next one you have are these. So these are actually in, put that down there, some of the Disney Infinity Wave 1, 2 and 3 display boxes. I am trying to get all my characters in the correct display boxes for their series. I will explain them more when I get through to the other ones that I've got personally, and I'll show you them. So this one is Pirates of the Caribbean. So you have Captain Jack Sparrow, you have Barbossa, and you have Davy Jones. I believe that's his name. You have them. With these boxes, they come in a 3-pack. When they originally sold at Game, they were $9.99 for, yeah, $9.99 for 3, which is okay, but it was quite expensive. I picked a lot of mine up from Gumtree, boot sales, etc. because people don't really want them. So when you get these, they just simply pop off. You can put any character you want in here. They just clip in and clip out. If I can get him out, because they do hold them quite steady, to be honest. So there we go. So they just clip in and clip out. They are quite steady, as I said, quite strong to the base, but they do that, and you literally just pop him in and clip him in, and then he doesn't fall out. These bits can be a bit of a pain in the bum, to be honest. So a lot of dust, because these have been on like top of the cabinets and stuff. So trying to get these apart are a pain in the bum. I hate pennies. I'm not going to do it either. Right, basically they have 2 little clips on either side here and 2 little clips on the top. So as you can see, one is underneath and this one is on top, basically. And you have to slide these across, clip them together, they stick. So with these are my least kind of favourite Disney Infinity display cases for them. Where is it? So in here you can actually see there is like, don't know if you can see that. There's like a little clip on here and here. There you go, there and there. And you can actually put the Disney Infinity, you get like a card with each character, and you can use that card to go on any like tablet, etc. And you can kind of do that at the back, but it doesn't really stay very well, and it kind of always falls off. So, but these are pretty simple to put into here. So you just basically push them in like that, and they go like that. And all these bottoms here, as you can tell, it's got like an outy bit and an inny bit. And you pretty much can attach whoever you want to whoever you want sideways. And you can actually, if I can do this properly, attach them upwards as well. So you can stack them, put them along. It's quite good because they're good for storage because you can stack them on top of each other. So the next set you have is you have Mike from Monsters Inc. You have Sully from Monsters Inc. I can never remember this purple person's name from Monsters Inc. but he's the bad person. But you get him from Monsters Inc. I believe these aren't actually just Monsters Inc. I believe these are Monsters University. But you get these, which is awesome. These actually come with, or when you first get the pack, you get Captain Jack Sparrow, Sully, and who else you get? Mr. Incredible, and you get this world. This world has 3 worlds in one. So it is Monsters University, which is this world. You have Pirates of the Caribbean world, and Mr. The Incredibles world. So that is that one. So that's kind of 3 worlds in one. So these are actually in the cases as well. I'll put that there quickly. So these ones you can actually see, look at the dust, look. I need to dust more apparently. So these ones though are cars. So you've got Lightning McQueen, you have Maida, I can never remember her name, it will come to me and I'll like kick myself, but you've got her as well, and you've got the French kind of racing car, I can never remember his name either. You've got him as well. They actually come with their own Cars world, so it kind of looks like the Cars Cup, which is awesome, from the film. But there's their world. And then you have the Incredibles world. So there are quite a few incredible characters because there's a family of them, as well as I can't remember his name either. Syndrome. That's it. So you have obviously the son, which I can't remember his name. I'm terrible at names today. But first of all then, you've got Mrs. Incredible and Violet, Syndrome and Mr. Incredible, and is it Dash? Could be Dash for some reason, I'm thinking that. But you have these characters. Obviously these ones again are quite a lot. But so them characters are wave 1, and as I said, originally the characters were coming in wave 1s and 2s and 3s. So with wave 1 characters I have got the wave 1 guidebook. So this, I love guidebooks. If you haven't seen my videos already, just love them. So yeah, so this actually tells you everything you need to know about the actual game itself. Tells you about all the worlds, every collectible that you can get, absolutely everything you can do. That is, for me, something I wanted for my collection. And the next thing you can get is this. So yeah, this is wave 1. So this is the wave 1 hardback, like basically collector's kind of guidebook for collector's case, sorry, for Disney Infinity power discs. So the power discs for wave 1 are as follows. So you've got these ones here, and there's different things. So if it has a paintbrush on the bottom, whoops, hair, that normally basically means that they are wallpapers or like floors and stuff like that. Then you've got obviously kind of like balls and stars, and they mean different things. So this one here, for instance, you actually get Abu as the elephant that you get to actually ride, and this one here you get Bolt's super strength. So that's how they work. But then you also have stars, which are here, and that might mean you've got Jack Sparrow's luck with gold, and you kind of get more gold kind of thing. You have all of these, and then you have those ones. So that is the complete set for wave 1. So you also have, like, for instance, wave 1 I got on this platform, so that is the Nintendo 3DS. I would 100% not recommend it on this platform because this is basically just a board game, and I genuinely didn't realise it, and obviously was like, no, I'm going to carry on collecting it because I've bought it on the Xbox One that I've got it on, and realised there is so much more to do. So that is my experience, but I would not get it on this platform because this will bore, unless your kids like board games, it's going to bore them. And I would get it on the Wii U, I would get it on the Xbox, the PlayStation, any other platform but the DS. So next we are going to do wave 2. So wave 2, you have, see, this is what I mean. I'm going to do something quickly actually. So here's the videos. So you have Wreck-It Ralph, and what I was trying to explain before was basically what you can do is, if he wants to do it, you can do that. So on the back it has his card and he sits in the middle, and it's really cute because I just love that idea, but they just don't stay. You kind of let go and it kind of falls. So I kind of stopped putting them in there. You have Wreck-It Ralph. You also have Rapunzel. Is it not Rapunzel? Vanellope. Sorry, I don't know why I said Rapunzel. Vanellope. That's one of my favourite films as well. You have Phyllis and Ferbs, which are these two. Obviously, I know of these characters. I worked in a toy store when this was quite popular. Not really my generation, but I still know of them and know about them, etc. You have Sorcerer Mickey. You have Rapunzel from Tangled. You have these ones that come out, they're awesome. You have Toy Story, so you have Woody, Buzz and Jessie, and they actually, oh, there we go. So these ones actually came with their own world, and it looks like the Pizza Express rocket ship kind of thing, or Buzz Lightyear's rocket ship. I kind of think it looks like both, but that's awesome. It comes with their world. You have Jack Skellington, which was one of my favourites, and I actually have two of him. One of him boxed and one of him unboxed, just because I love Jack Skellington. So, you have Jack Skellington. And then you have this one. So this is Frozen. So you have Elsa and Anna. So that is all of wave 2 and 3. Those last bunch I just showed you was wave 2 and 3. And then the last thing you have in the set for wave 1, 2 and 3 is you have some limited edition special ones. So these are called crystal characters. They are pretty much exactly the same as the normal characters, but they are crystal. They do slightly different things, slightly different effects in the game, but you're not missing anything if you don't get them. So you have Crystal Lone Ranger. I never know their names. What names? I think he's Phyllis, isn't he? Or Ferbs. But you have him in crystal form. You have Sorcerer Mickey in crystal form. You have Sully in crystal form. You have Buzz Lightyear in crystal form. Lightning McQueen in crystal form. You have Mr. Incredible in crystal form. And the last one is Jack Sparrow in crystal form. And some of these are harder to find than others. I constantly see Sully and Mr. Incredible and Jack Sparrow. Buzz Lightyear is incredibly hard to find, I found. I also found Lightning McQueen incredibly hard to find in crystal form. So, show you these. So for wave 2 and 3. So the power discs, first of all I'll show you this. So again, you have the revised version of the book. So this actually updates all the characters and everything you can do with them, exactly the same as the previous one. Then what you have is you have wave 2, and this is in book form again, exactly the same as the previous book, and this is the complete set. So you have all these ones, these ones, and these ones. Then wave 3, you didn't actually have a book for some untold reason. They stopped doing them. I've even checked online to see if I can import one, and they just didn't do one for some reason. So you had this. Hold your discs. Before I get into these, you did have these two limited edition power discs, and they are really hard to find. This one's quite easy, but this one's the hard one. So these are special. You can see they kind of move. These are Tron discs. They are purple, obviously in colour, and they're not normally that colour. And this is to go with, obviously, wave 3. They're quite hard to find. And then you have these. So even these kind of cases are quite hard to find now, which is quite silly, to be honest. So obviously you have all your power discs. So you have, I'm going to actually put them down there nicely. So because this is 2, I feel like. So you have these 2. These are both Wally power discs. They do come with these. I think basically the idea behind it is you can actually double up on some of the power discs when you're playing them. So if you do it like this, it's quicker, but it's just one of those things. You don't have to do that. You have Tarzan. So you have the elephant out of Tarzan. You have these 2 power discs that come with the Phineas and Ferb pack, and I suggest getting them with the Phineas and Ferb characters because it'll be easier to get them. So you have those ones. You have Mulan's kind of like firecracker thing she does at the end. You have Brave's horse. I don't know what, some of these I really don't know what they are. That looks like the Muppets to me, but obviously I could be incredibly wrong. You have the helicopter out of like Bolt video filming thing. You have Woody's gun. You have Belle's horse Philippe, which is the right colour, unlike in the movie. You have Cruella de Vil's car. You have Wally's like rocket kind of thing that he shoots around and plays with when he's in the air and stuff. Just going to put them ones back quickly. I would suggest getting some kind of like storage for these if you're collecting them, because you will lose them, and some of these are actually ridiculously expensive now. So if I do, I think I picked up the right. So these next 4 I actually had to buy off of eBay. They are incredibly difficult, and I believe they are also limited edition, and yeah, just very hard to find. That's why they are all in this red colour. Oh. So what you have is Zurg out of Buzz Lightyear, or father, you know what I mean, out of Toy Story. You have Scrooge McDuck's lucky coin Nickel, I think it is. You have the blue car, I can't remember his name, out of Cars site, but you get him. And you have Merlin's bag. They're really hard to find, and I'm pretty sure these 4 power discs here cost me about £25 just because I wanted to complete the set. So I'm just going to do that and put them away. You have Mickey Mouse, lucky hat, or it's not a lucky hat really, it's his Emperor's hat. You then have Violet's power as well, and then in here you have 2. So you have, I'm really not sure it's 4, I think this is from, again, like Emperor Mickey, but you've got that, and you've got Tangled as well. So they are all of the wave, basically 1, 2 and 3. I'm just putting these back because I don't want to lose them. So if I put them there. So that is everything that you need to get if you are trying to collect wave 1, 2 and 3 of the Disney Infinity collection. So as I've said though, you can, obviously I've got every power disc in the on wave 1, 2 and 3. That is everything. Obviously I've got the books as well. You don't have to get the books, but if you're looking to get everything, it's one of the things. But if you have any general questions, let me know. One of the things to know about with Disney Infinity is that you've got to, you can play, if you buy wave 1 game, you can play only wave 1 characters. If you buy but then they did the update, so then you could play wave 1, 2 and 3. If you buy obviously the later games, you can play all of the things as it goes up, but it gets more complicated in the sense of if you have the originals, you can, obviously the original game disc, if you know what I mean, then you can obviously use the old characters, but you can't necessarily use the worlds. It's kind of a bit, the only good thing I will say is if you have one of these, so I've got a card case on this that you can pick these up. These are really cheap at the moment. Game in the UK are selling like these hard cases to protect them, and they come with 3 backgrounds each time you buy it for about £2 at the moment. So I think it's quite a good investment. But for instance, if you have one of these, and this one is on Xbox, I actually have the 2.0 game, for instance, and the 3.0 game on Xbox. But this will actually plug in and work with the 2.0, 3.0. As long as it's on Xbox, it will work. So they've done quite well in that. That's kind of cross compatible. Out of experience as well, these here, obviously the information where the information for the character is stored. If you buy one of these and you can kind of see the bottom of it, make sure there is no bubbles over this. I personally bought a Disney Infinity Mickey, Sorcerer Mickey, so it was this character. I bought one of him, and basically what happened was there was actually a bubble over this, and it didn't actually work because the bubble was interfering with the actual information being trying to send through. It wouldn't work, so I actually had to get rid of that one and re-find him, and he's not easy to find in the first place. I'm pretty sure I picked him up at Comic-Con because someone was selling him and I was amazed, and then it didn't work, unfortunately. But the Sully that I bought from Comic-Con worked perfectly because it didn't have any. But that's my experience. But let me know in the comments what you think. Does this video help you? Have you got any more questions? Because if you have, I can hopefully answer any questions that you have with the Disney Infinity series. Thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to check out the next couple of videos in the series. So you have the full set of original characters and power discs, the full set of Marvel characters and power discs, and the full set of Star Wars characters and power discs. So leave me a comment and don't forget to check those out as well. But see you later. Bye. Whoops, I can't even press the button right.